All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Microphone muted.
Welcome back to the Team Sweat Baddy Overwatch League, where we're starting on time for the first time. Not my Commissioner 30. Fuck off. Get into a game. We brought back the realist brother, Zeticus. I'm AJS0. Here with Heron.
Hello.
We were talking about hentai.
God. No chill. Alright.
All I'm saying is I know someone who was in Japan and managed to win himself a single-use sex toy out of a gacha machine, and I think that's actually very indicative of what's going to happen in this match, because I think that 30 and the rest of 50 Cent Club are going to take Totsma Goats by the hips and use them like a single-use sex toy that they throw in the trash can afterwards. We've got 10 map wins for 50 Cent Club, 2 for Totsma Goats, and I don't see any reason why that's going to change in this match.
So, are you just trying to get the stream banned, or what's up? What's going on here, brother?
You can talk about dicks on Twitch.
Fair enough.
You ever watched the League of Legends stream? The only thing you can't say is idiot. Fucking idiot.
Baka. Anyway, so these teams are starting off. Honestly, not too much I wouldn't expect. 50cc maybe running around Zarya, but their dive's been so coordinated and good, and with Dano like almost always on Ana, I think they may actually get a huge amount of value out of this.
Yeah, but we do have dive defense coming out, and yeah, I don't. You know, it's amazing how you go long enough without the dive meta that you kind of start to enjoy watching it again. That's kind of where I'm at right now. If both these teams want to run Winston Diva, I'm okay with it.
I'm just so actually.
Or you can run UTech on that solo wrecking ball with a bunch of DPS.
I don't know about this. You almost always want a Mercy in a comp like this because you just have too many people that can move, you know? It's very hard to position.
Ana with 3 DPS is super anxiety inducing, so we'll see how this goes. 30 and McCree are up here on the high ground, so they're going to make this a hard entry for Totsma Goats.
UTech's going in on McCree though. He's isolated him.
Yeah, UTech's going deep. He got McCree split. A bunch of people on. Ooh, 30 though. He's actually the first to fall. Nice shot from Wolf, it looks like. The health bars were low for 50 Cent Club, but now I think we finally have this fight breaking out. Everyone's going low, but there's not a whole lot of focus fire. This is a really split fight right now, but UTech up on the high ground trying to zone people back. Blandy falls. Creepy is down. This is looking like a really good triple DPS engage out of Totsma Goats. They take it out Scarlet's Mercy. I think this is over.
Yeah, that was actually so huge. So basically, UTech just went and made a whole bunch of space focusing on McCree. McCree was pocketed by both their supports, and then when their tanks were engaging, they got no heals, so Freaky got demeched almost immediately. Then 30 got picked by Wolf, and that was played surprisingly well from them, you know? They're coming up on Nanovisor, too.
Yeah, they have a huge ult advantage going into the second fight. They might try to just steamroll their way in here, as UTech is already in really deep, contesting this high ground against the tanks. He has to get out. But Blenny and Freaky gotta be careful up here. They are a little disjointed with their team, but I don't think it's gonna end up costing them anything. Totsma Goats is still filing their way onto the second point, but that ult advantage still stands. Gotch, 83 on a Transcendence. This could be the big one if he's able to get a few shots off right here.
Oh, yeah.
But here we go. Nano on Chromatic. The visor is out. It's going into a Winston bubble. This is looking like a waste of an element. They do take away Freaky's neck on Blandy's in kind of deep. UTech actually goes down. Scott Trans is... I wasn't looking at him, but I don't think he had a pop in there. Blandy though is knocking everyone back, and now 30 is popping a visor of his own, and this has turned into a weird one. No, Smetty, you didn't have to beat there.
Oh no, not like this. So UTech went up and was isolating him out and dropped mine, so I think Scotch was forced to drop Trans, otherwise, you know, it would have died, and they're nanovisoring during that. Freaky got demeched, but, you know, losing UTech was kind of very big. He got caught out super hard, and oh no,
The stagger continues. Well played out of 50 Cent Club there, because they've done a lot to give themselves an ult situation that works in this next fight. BSRK with the Genji Blades, probably the ult to watch going into this next one, as there's no defensive ult available to stop it. But that's not capping pressing Q.
No, it's not, but they almost have a Nano Blade too. Like, even bad Genjis can kill shit with a Nano Blade, dude.
I wonder if they're gonna Nano Blade or if they're gonna hold it for Chromatic.
I don't know. It's so hard to like offensive tack visor on this point, you know? Like there's almost no high ground you can really get. And here comes the Diva bomb.
Yeah, Freefy chucks it out and gets 3.
Dude, Freefy's doing his best Josh Danko impression. He's already get spot on my list, 100%.
Freefy's in launch there. And UTech caught out there, has the hard reset of himself as 50 Cent Club's playing this nice and forward. I like this. McCree and 30 are making sure that no one can come anywhere close to this second point right now.
Yeah, I don't know if UTech needed a suicide, but they should definitely not be peaking this. Like, this is just, you're just burning time off the clock for no reason.
Yeah, still 4 minutes to play. It is a lot of time. Enough time for a few swaps to come out of Totem Goats as Chromatic is swapped off the Soldier onto the Widowmaker. A lot of ults available for the offense here. As Chromatic's going in first, that looked kind of dangerous, but now UTech is in. We got a little tank off up here on the high grounds. That's bought enough space for the rest of the team to come in. UTech, I think, builds a jump as the Mighty Wolf pops a very early Transcendence. That is going to get the team onto the point. Here we go. Steady high. The 2 DPS are down. The SRK is down as well. 30 with a huge tack visor on the high ground, uncontested. 30 and McCree are just taking out everyone. And that was all of the Qs pressed for Totem Goats, and they get nothing.
Totem Goats played that so poorly, dude. Like, the trance, you 100% needed to save it for that tack visor. Then Smetty just pops out with a high noon, gets shot in the head instantly. And then, you know, like, after trance is down, they have a free tack visor they can kill the Nano Blade with. Like, oh, I don't know what call was made there, but it was not a good one.
Well, they won't have to worry about screwing up those ults again because pretty much the whole team just switched characters here. So now we got a double hit scan coming out. Smetty back over to the Soldier. He's been playing a lot this season. UTech onto his Winston, and Winston cannot survive the things the Wrecking Ball can't. Oh, a disaster of an entry for TMG.
Freefy was actually just super big brain there. When they dove in, and everyone else is shooting into him because the Winston doesn't have a defense matrix, Freefy just DM'd all of them, so Dano couldn't heal him at all. Like, that was huge on him. And I don't know what Smetty was doing there. That was silly.
Yeah, he must have got caught.
And what's UTech doing up here now? What? What's happening?
He just wants to go poke a little, get that monkey all fast there.
Or beat another tack visor, I guess.
It's just 30. How many kills could he get with a tack visor?
Don't bring that up.
So looking at where we're at with ults here, still a huge advantage for 50 Cent Club. Just about everyone either has or is close to the ult other than Blanny with the useless Winston ults. Meanwhile, Dano is the only one super close. I guess BF10K is getting close.
Oh, and they're engaging? What?
They look tilted.
Yeah. You never want to peek when a Widow has sights. And this is just... UTech has better awareness than this. I don't know what he's thinking, man.
Tiltman does things to
I guess he's back on ball. Like, I think they're just lost right now. Like, they're making so many
Chromatic
swaps.
is now back to Soldier again. Smetty is onto Widowmaker here. They have a Nano Blade available for Totem Goats. I think they have to just let it rip and go for it with this fight. But Scotch does have the trans available. As the Mighty Wolf is kind of leading the charge here on the Lucio. He gets picked for his hubris. As now Freefy is looking for another big diva ult. Doesn't find anybody but it zones. And TMG's falling apart. This is big ooh.
You hate to see it. Like, McCree is just...
They're not talking because 30's popping attack visor. They want to wipe this team out, and they're going to.
30 doesn't give a fuck. He's... I don't know. I think 50cc is just having fun now. Like, that was definitely not what you want to use.
And now, at 30 seconds after swapping half their team, Totem Goats swapping again. They've got one fight available. They're swapping onto Zarya, Ryan, Brigitte, Diva.
They're going goats.
They're going goats, baby. But
Goats,
this is goats. They're not going to get ult charge. They're still playing into a team that has both their support ults. And this is just the Totem Goats has had this problem all season. They swap too late. The tempo has been really bad. They're going to need a huge outplay here. As now Freefy's going in with the ball, takes no damage. As Blanny is doing a lot of damage in this backline. As the Winston Dano is down before he gets a chance to pop the Nano. Oh, the disaster.
Yeah, that's
Goats goes for the engage, and they already have lost 5. Smetty, show us what you got.
At DMAC. Yeah, this is it. I don't even think they can get back in touch.
Yeah, they're gonna make sure just in case that they stagger Smetty here.
Yeah.
Smetty, welcome to competitive Overwatch.
Oh wait, but now they're gonna give him overtime because they didn't kill the baby diva fast enough. So this team has a chance to set up, but I don't know if it's gonna make a difference.
Yeah, there'll still be a 5v6 as Ghost comes on. Scott popping a good preemptive transcendence. Is the UTech does not get the hammer off.
Unlucky, dude.
Dano goes down. Chromatic BSRK down. The Mighty Wolf now down in 30. Wants to find somebody to get tactical on, but they're all already dead. And
Heroes never die.
Yeah.
good job, 50 Cent Club. They hold point 2 for 7.5 minutes.
So that last fight they lost, at least Dano, I don't know what he was positioning, but he just ran straight out in front of his team, and 30 just melted him down, and then Blaney jumped on top of him. Like, just, I don't know if his team run goats if they're just making mistakes like that. That's crazy to me, you know?
Yeah, this team, they look, once things start falling apart and they get tilted, they just, any sense of structure just goes thrown out the window.
Yeah, that was a record tilt for them, though. It seemed like that was map 1. I don't know.
Yeah, and the worst thing is they had so much time to work with because they had such a successful, you know, I mean, they capped point 1 on literally the first fight. That's 7.5 minutes to work with. You got to be mentally strong enough that you can go a few minutes on 2CP unsuccessfully and not just lose your mind. And that's one of the things that worries me so much about Toads McGoats is they had 4 minutes to play and it looked like they were already tilted out on the map.
Oh yeah, and now it seems like they're gonna try a bunker comp, but without a diva, and I don't know how I feel about that. You can sort of play off the mega, like the little room over there, but you really need that diva to contest. And BSRK on the Sombra, what is all of this? What is this positioning? It's I don't know.
They got 10
man.
seconds to set up. I will say Dano on the Mercy, not the most successful at track records.
Yeah,
This just feels like a lot of people on picks that I don't know about. But at the same time, I don't blame them for trying something just completely out there because standard, they just ran through every variation of standard you could do on a map and none of it worked. But on the other side, we got more of the same coming through from 50 Cent Club.
Oh my god!
No, not like this. Dano does get the res off onto Chromatic though, but
That's such a fat ante, and they didn't capitalize.
yeah, a few members being traded here is, by the way, no one, UTech has got to step onto this point. He's
Turn around, UTech! There's a 30 behind you! What?
Now UTech steps off. That's going to be the first tick over, as they're trying really hard to play this around the bunker. This fight's getting really split, but I guess TMG held.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, that was crazy. You know, you have the Sombra that could. I guess Sombra's over there bullying Freefy constantly, but I don't know. Freefy got in for free and made so much space for his team to start to set up. And what? The Sombra dies?
Rough, good play out of Freaky. Here we go. McCree goes in, gets the pulse, but it's not a kill here. Now Tac Visor coming out. Nightmare Fuel. What can 30 do with it? He is trying to shoot into the side room here. The Mighty Wolf is down, and this is looking good for 50 Cent Club, but they haven't lost Freaky. I don't think that's going to matter, though, but here we go. Chromatic with the chance to maybe save this one. 2 ticks have gone over to Toads McGoats, but now Chromatic does find Skylar. He finds 30, and it might only be 2 ticks here. Can he find one more shot? No, the tank is down. But it doesn't matter. McCree resets. Scotch dead. But still, 2 minutes to play and they only need a tick.
They are playing this very poorly, and it's still working out. That's just a testament to how easy it is to run bunker comp and how hard it is to kill a Bastion in this kind of meta. Holy shit, dude! Like, I don't know.
We do see a few swaps coming out of 50 Cent Club here. Freepy over to Diva, 30 over to Hanzo.
I'm on the objective.
And
BSRK and Smetty's, yeah, I don't know what he was thinking there. That's crazy.
yeah, here we go. Now we got the entry bit here coming out of the Lucio, and I think that's gonna be enough. Because 3 members already dead for Toads McGoats. No one able to contest this. Points only need a tick, and they're gonna get it. 50 Cent Club 5.5 to play for point 2.
Yeah, that's just crazy. I guess like 50cc's weakness is bunker comps, but that was the most poorly executed bunker comp I've seen this season. And Smetty gets caught out again.
Yeah, no, it is a trade though. Scotch did go down very early here, but huge EMP comes out of BSRK. This could be what the defense needs is both these teams are trading players. We have a 1v1 on the point. UTech versus a Hanzo. As Scarlet is trying to support from the backgrounds, and that's gonna be enough. The Nano Hanzo comes through. 30 gets the ticket. 50cc gets the win.
What kind of a call was that? I guess. Oh my god. Oh
Call
my
was
god.
win, bro.
Yeah. Freefy with that big diva
Oh,
bomb.
look at this. He has all the info in the world. Oh, he actually had Widow sights here, so I guess he actually did have some.
He has the critical information, bro.
It works. Good ult out of him as he's having. God, Freefy has been. He is like the perfect Baddy League tank player. Because like he knows how to do crazy things to just like style on his opponents that like, but he's also good enough that they work, so they're like doubly effective.
Yeah, Freefy's just a good tank player. Playing with and against him, like he's big brain. He's a very good player.
Yeah, they can. I'm happy for him. I always thought Freefy on the tank was going to be a meme, but it's been successful. I mean, it helps when you've got 30 that can take the DPS priority for you, but.
Yeah, and McCree just constantly popped off that whole game, you know? Like, he was consistently picking the Ana, or the Soldier, or the McCree. You know, he was just shutting down a crap ton of ults. McCree is actually just, like, popping off really, really hard, DPS-wise. Moving into Blizzard World, though. I don't know if Totes McGoats is going to run a bunker comp again, or what they're going to try, but after that, I don't know, man. They're missing OK Thanks, which I don't know if he's down for just like a couple maps or for all of it, but they are a significantly weaker team without him. That's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. It's yeah. Smetty and BSRK, I know the biggest question, well, I mean, I can't say the biggest question. There's a lot of big questions for Totes McGoats, but one of the big questions has been which of those two to play. And they've really been alternating both of them, trying to just see where they can find a spark for this team. Yeah. But I don't know if they're able to really get away with playing both of them. They're both obviously still on the newer side to Overwatch and still kind of learning the competitive game.
Absolutely. Smetty just entered so hard last game that I don't know. I think this team becomes a lot stronger when OK Thanks is around for sure, though.
Yeah, but like, OK Thanks have been ramping up week by week as well.
Can we talk about this team comp real quick with Dano on the Doomfist?
It might not last. But it might last. I don't know. Dano, you know, the more Dano tilts, the more likely a DPS pick is to come through. Yeah,
maybe this is him going fucking Super Saiyan Blue. I don't know. I've never seen him play Doomfist. I didn't even know he had any interest in Doomfist. This is interesting. I'm excited.
There's like a 30% chance no one on that team has spoken in the last 45 seconds, and they're just gonna like go in and hope for the best. But on the defense, we got double snipers. They're gonna be looking for that Fist's head. Yeah, I don't even know how they run this. It's an interesting one, but like with the Widow and the Soldier, you know, you typically don't run both of those. You either run one or the other. Well, at least they have the Mercy here for this quad DPS comp, so they got that much down. But Smetty, the first to fall here, is glad he misses a charge. But Chromatic is in pretty aggressively. We've got kind of a two-pronged flank on this point, but now Dano is down. This is a badly outmanned Totes McGoats, and I don't know how they get out of this one. UTech gets hooked, gets killed.
Dude, I just look over and see Freefy getting like attacked by a Doomfist and a Genji, and then he just murders the Doomfist, pops around, kills the UTech. Like, Freefy's Roadhog is actually just gross, and Smetty goes down again. Big oof.
Big oof indeed. That's another easy fight for the guys in the blue. They're gonna have sights here, which is pretty useful here on this first point of Blizzard World.
Yeah, it'll definitely cuck Dano on the Sombra as he's trying to position. And I don't even know if they spotted the Sombra swap, because they normally spy check a lot harder. At least they do for me, and it makes my life hell. But Dano's already in position.
Our team runs it full time, so they were probably expecting it. Dano, they're not expecting the Sombra here.
Well, they are now.
Yeah, there we go. Dano, and what's he got? It's a one hack and a get out, but he has bought a little ground for his team that has made some swaps to come in.
Yeah, at least Dano knows how to use a translocator, so that's good.
That's a good place to start. UTech though, UTech and Chromatic trying to generate some shield, but Chromatic and actually Smetty goes down sniped. didn't get res, but this fight's already over.
Yeah. It just dawned on me that they're running Rein Zarya with a solo Mercy support into Moira Zen. You don't win that. Like, even though you have the, like, extra little bit of shield on your Rein, Mercy simply can't heal you enough to, like, absorb all the damage coming from these snipers, and Freefy hooking you just doesn't help at all.
And it looks like they were maybe just one death away from some swaps here. Now, Smetty's going over to Ana. I think that's the... No, he's not going over to Ana. I've been baited.
I think Dano's now going to Ana. He's like, fuck it, I'll carry. Just give me the Ana.
All right, Lucio out of Dano. That's probably going to be good here. They could use some speed as they're having trouble just making it past this Thornwind statue in the front. But Freefy is just generating so much pressure up here on the high ground.
So Freefy takes these very, very aggressive, like, off positions, and he's really easy to catch out in a coordinated team if they could just speed into him and get him, but they were just a little too slow and he got out that time. It's unlucky.
Alright, finally got some ults coming through. Mercy ulting early. That's the Mighty Wolf trying to make sure his team can actually get onto the point. But here we go. 30 looking for the big dragon. As BSRK's popping the blade. He's found one, but Wolf and Scotch are down. BSRK down as well. Only gets one out of that blade. That's 3 for 1, 4 for 1 in favor of 50 Cent Club. And this fight, once again, gonna be over.
Holy shit. I just see Wolf pop Valk, and then I just see a little bubbling Roadhog come out of the fucking shadows, hook him, and instantly kill him out of Valk. That Freefy just takes these fucking... He plays Flank Hog, and he does it well, because no one can fucking kill him. Kill the Flank Hog!
Slowly they realize.
Well, you heard it here, folks. Just kill the Flank Hog. So we got 20 seconds to play. This is the last fight. If Coach McGoats doesn't cap the point here, obviously, is
Freefy's actually caught out, though.
The most caught out he's been. I don't think he's going to make it out of this one. No, Freefy
oh my God,
yes. Man advantage, finally, for Coach McGoats. Can they keep this map alive? They've lost Chromatic. It's a 5-0. They've lost Utech. They have no tanks in this game-ending fight. They have to res Chromatic, Transcendence onto Scotch to buy some time. It's a 5 versus 5 on and around the point here. But Smetty goes down. Wolf goes down. They've taken out 30, but will it be enough? Freefy's gotten back to this point on the wrecking ball. It is not enough. Totes and Goats gets their cocks slapped again.
That had such promise. You killed the 2 big carries, but they still had the trance. They still had the healing. Blaney hit a fat shatter. They also just weren't on the same page. Like, they were starting to engage while Wolf went to heal Chromatic, and that, like, chunked down Utech's health super hard. It was unlucky.
Yes, it is definitely unlucky. As now 50 Cent Club doesn't even have to cap the first point. They only need a tick on it to win this map.
And it might be a speed run.
You know, I appreciate this. Commissioner to be 30, super irritated with how late we started the 2 weeks he was running the show. He said, guys, I want to prove I can get things started on time and on schedule. I'm going to do it my own way. We're going to speed run this first round. Make sure maps 2 and 3 start a little early.
You hate to see it.
Ready for battle.
They're trolling on their comps. But BSRK is just like dead set on running this Genji, and I don't know about it, man. I just don't know about it.
In 30 seconds.
Same with Smetty on this Widow, though. Like, I don't know.
And I think there's just a point where these guys just only know a few picks so far, and they got to stick with them.
McCree's starting off on a Torbjorn as well, offense-wise. If he sticks on it, I simultaneously love and hate him. Because that's toxic, but that's my kind of toxic, dude.
This is, yeah, 30, when 30's teams are styling, you have kind of the green light to do it.
He's staying on it.
And so this is offensive McCree. Somebody call your liberal friends up. Oh,
okay.
I was so ready to get offended.
I was triggered, just waiting.
Alright, so here we go. We've got some dive coming through as the ball is already in behind this team. Blanny is aggressively getting the rest of his team in here. His 30 is up on the high ground. 3 feet drops onto the point. Blanny is charging. They've got a pin. That's already a 2 for 1 in favor of 50 Cent Club as tanks have been traded and Smetty's Widow is down. Dano going for an AJS. Rez does not get it off. This is a man advantage for the offense still. As now Chromatic is down as well, and somebody's got to contest this point because it's only a tick they need. BSRK, the last man standing. He will not even get to the point in time. And 50 Cent Club continues the speed run.
I don't know. I don't know about any of it. I think they've kind of given up just a little bit. That was kind of a soft throw, I think. Just with who you got, you don't really know what you're doing. BSRK dedicated so much time to trying to 1v1 30. Never even got a kill on him. Just stayed completely out of the fight, just trying to do poke damage to 30 the whole time. Like, McCree instantly gets picked. Wolf goes down immediately because they have so much more sustain. It's an owie.
Well, Totem and Goats, they've got one map left to show us a little signs of life here as we're going over to Rialto. As, you know, BOL historians are aware, 30 sometimes likes going for a little swim in the rivers.
Yeah, I mean, that is a very strong boot map. I said Wolf was the boot king earlier. Maybe he's gonna pull it out and just boot 30's team for 4 minutes. Like, crazier things have happened. 30, you know, past 2 seasons has accidentally walked off the map a number of times. So maybe he just helps him out with that, you know? Who knows?
That is the easiest way to beat this team, is just to cross your fingers and hope 30 jumps off a cliff a few times.
You just gotta scare him a little bit. He's a jumpy small boy, you know? And eventually just go, ah! And he'll fall off the map. It's easy. You just gotta hide behind him with Sombra, Invis, and then you come out and you go boo, and he jumps, and he falls off.
There you go, folks. Beat 30.exe.
Or he turns around and Helix fucking shoots you in the head and you die instantly before you can blink. And that's a more realistic experience for me, but we'll not talk about that.
We're just checking to see if Totem Goats is ready. They're hesitating a second here. Maybe Okay Thanks has arrived. Or they're ready. Nope. Same roster. Running it in game 3. So 50 Cent Club going for the sweep. They want to secure a nice lead. Because 50 Cent Club with a 3-0 here. So for those of you that... This is the end of the first round robin of the regular season. So after tonight, every team has played every team once. This is really the point where you start to get a pretty clear picture of where these teams are stacking up. And with a 3-0 here tonight, 50 Cent Club can really be looking at a pretty sizable lead over the rest of the league.
Yeah, we're gonna have to stop that. I hope somebody, the savior in the night, come out and kill 30, please. Just kidding, it'll be us next time. No big deal.
Yeah, we gotta build up some hype for this rematch.
Dude, it's gonna be the Battle of the Titans. Either that or Prey and Spray can just start carrying harder. One of the two. But anyway.
But for this match, we got Real Thought. Dude, this is either a really good, like, this is either one of my top 5 maps or like one of my bottom 3 maps, and I'm never entirely sure.
I really enjoy Rialto. I think, is one of the... It has some very, like... I don't know. Very long sightlines followed by very curvy sightlines. It is like a Pharah's paradise for the first 2 points. And, you know, being a Pharah one-trick, even though I don't get to play Pharah in the league, really. I love it. It's a super fun map.
Alright, well, it looks like 50 Cent Club here starting on the defense. They're going to be going with the double sniper comp. Meanwhile, on the other side, we've got Roadhog Orisa coming out with BSRK and Smetty on the tanks. UTech Chromatic going to be the DPS with Sombra and Reaper, as this is another brand new comp from TMG. They are getting a little bit of a move here, but Scarlet actually down. And that could be a chance for Totem Goats here, as Freefy's down as well.
Ooh, okay, well...
Yeah, 50 Cent Club wasn't really aggressively challenging this early. This is going to get Totem Goats really close to the first point.
Dude, UTech's popping off. He actually just carried that fight, killing McCree and Scarlet.
Ooh, that was really bad timing for Dano to get caught there. And now it's a Mighty Wolf spawn as well. This has been a disaster. Oh no, for Totem Goats. It was going so good.
30's on the high ground.
Well, that was fun while it lasted.
Yeah, you know, you gotta have a little glimmer of hope every now and again.
30 already has an ult, by the way.
He needs to stop. That's cyberbullying.
Call the bully hunters. Yeah, so look for one of those. There's a few very good angles Hanzo can chuck at here. Freefy is getting hooked. Ooh, he's gonna make it out though. Disco down from Dano. This could be what 30's waiting for. Ooh, Smetty gets hooked. Smetty gets killed. And now Blanny, well, he's going for the pin there. Smetty was already dead. But here we go. A nice hammer out on Blanny. Blanny hits everyone. No additional ults required. UTech did get Scotch in the back line, but I don't think that matters at all.
Yeah, so I think Dano is kind of focusing a little too hard on DPS in this kind of comp, you know, with the free fee. Come on, man. That's just...
Toxic.
He just fucking hole-hops in their spawn! It's... Dano realizes that, goes back to the honest swap. I think that's probably better in this comp.
There could be a lot of ults coming out in this next fight.
Oh, well, we'll
Which
find
may
out
not be
next
happening
time.
for a bit. Hey, that just buys them more time to get 5 ults.
Chromatic's playing a very linear style of Reaper, where you traditionally see like a flank Reaper kind of going on. Oh!
Here we go though, big EMP out of UTech, but he dies in the process. Can anyone capitalize? It's not looking like it so far. Is this whole hog going to be okay? Didn't do a whole lot. Here we go. 30 tossed out the dragon. It's looking like a good one. It splits this team in 2. Blanny's trying to swing away here, but now, oh, another Baddy Shanty. The setup was successful. 20 Wolf, Chromatic, PSRK, all dead. They may have committed more ults than they needed to here, but this is going to be a decisive win for 50cc.
So, I don't know what that EMP was about, but then they super isolated Freefy and then just left him in that little room. And then Dano got a sleep on him finally, but got chunked down so much that like he couldn't comfortably heal his team without like almost instantly dying. Just kill fucking Freefy when he does this shit, please.
Alright, well, we've got Chromatic and Skylet gonna be the trade there. As BSRK gets hooked. Oh god, everyone was so low. And actually, 20 Wolf, I think that was a necessary transcendence. Everyone was so low. Now, Scott, on the other hand, I don't know if that was a necessary transcendence, but no, 30! No! That was a huge dragon! Oh, it splits this team completely apart, and now Totes and Goats is being mopped up again. Freefy pushing everyone back to their spawn. There's 15 seconds left here. They might be able to touch, but it will not be with 6. Is 50 Cent Club. They're playing this very far forward. They find, oh my god, these picks are so late. There's only 5 seconds remaining, and I no longer think the Totes Goats can touch this push-up successful from 50 Cent Club. And we played 3 maps. Totes Goats has only taken a single point.
Well,
Score
you know,
0-0.
yeah,
Switching sides.
I don't know, man. I don't know. That hurts. That hurt to watch. Just like,
yes, it was dead.
maybe I put McCree up higher on my list, but I don't know. I think just it's, you know, you can hit headshots as Widowmaker. It's not that hard to do, but good people will learn how to position themselves in a way that they don't always give those free sidelines. And I think Totes Goats just hasn't figured out how to do that because they are just constantly getting popped in the head. It's or maybe McCree's just a lot better than I thought. One of the two, you know. Like he's pretty good, but he's showing up tonight, man.
Well, it definitely helps that you can see that Totes Goats, Freefy, and 30 are bigger concerns on their mind, no matter how much McCree is popping off. And that's when the Widowmaker's not the best player on the opposing team. Sometimes that's the hardest way to deal with the Widowmaker, because if you give the Widow as much focus as you want to, you're not paying as much attention to the superstars.
In 30 seconds.
Exactly. Now, this is an interesting DPS comp and defense comp. Wait, what's BSRK doing with Orisa? What? Oh, he's going for a cheeky pull, but he's leaving his team so open to damage by doing something silly like that. What the hell?
Alright, come on, McCree, stick with it. I want to see the double Bjorn.
1. Attackers.
Maybe they're just going to do a Torb Hammer fight like last season. That'd be great.
By the way, we do have the Mighty Wolf solo healing on Lucio.
Oh, fuck. I didn't even see. Oh, my
BSRK
God.
does not find the slurp, but UTech does get a shot in the scout. We had a 5v5, but it was not a 5v5 for long. It's 50 Cent Club gets mopped apart on this point. Now we got Farah up in the air, looking for the boops on the Blanny, and it worked. Coach Goats has won a fight.
Dude, the way you killed 30's team is the boopies. There were so many boopies that fight. It was insane. You had the D.Va getting booped. You had a bunch of Orisas getting booped. It was Boop City.
Now Svetty needs to back up. He's playing with fire with these Widows on the other team here, and I don't think he realizes it. As once again, BSRK, oh no, gets shot out by McCree. Here we go. Can they win 2 in a row? It's not looking good because Chromatic and BSRK are both dead. This Torbjorn turret maybe not finding a lot of pressure right here. As this fight's getting very split, but the cart is moving to Mighty Wolf though. Very low, very dead. Has no healing available for Totem Goats as they've lost their star UTech as well. This cart's gonna get most of the way to the win condition here.
Yeah, they've called it quits. They're actually throwing. It's, you hate to see it.
Although there is a nice hook from the side, but no, BSRK actually dies in the process. The unsuccessful hooker. But Dano, maybe with the chance to even this up. No, the Doomfist ultimate does not find anyone. And now this is it, the last fight, and a lot of these members of Totem Goats are falling apart. I think it's already over. 50 Cent Club. Oof.
Yeah. Press F to pay respect, chat.
Yeah, that was as dominant as you will see. 3 maps played, Totem Goats only capped a single point on the first fight of the night. And the play of the game, it's gonna be 30 here on the Hanzo. As it, oh yeah, this was that early fight when we thought they might lose the point. 30 just comes through and just clicks a bunch of heads and a few bodies for fun. Gets 3 killing blows.
Yeah,
Make that 4.
He's gotta fucking stop. Like that. That's just. How to tilt an already broken team in 2 easy steps. High ground, head clicking, easy.
All right, so that's gonna do it from us, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back in a moment. We've got us and the Dakimakura Death Squad going up against 50 Senpai's Body Pillow. So stay tuned.